Time feels like a river, flowing forward, carrying you with it, pulling the past behind you and pushing the future toward you. You feel it in the urgency of a deadline, the ache of a memory, the anxiety of everything that hasn't happened yet. Time feels like the most real thing there is, the one force nothing can resist, the one dimension that moves in only one direction, the one thing equally distributed to everyone and perpetually running out. But what if that feeling is wrong? What if time is not a river flowing past you, but a landscape you are moving through? What if the past isn't gone and the future isn't coming, but both exist simultaneously, as completely and solidly as the chair beneath you right now? What if time doesn't move at all, and the thing doing the moving is you? This is not mysticism. This is what the physics actually says. And once you understand it, really understand it, the relationship you have with your past, your future, and this present moment will never be quite the same. Part 1. What Physics Says About Time. In 1905, Albert Einstein dismantled the Newtonian idea of time as a universal constant, a single clock ticking at the same rate for everything and everyone in existence. He showed that time is not fixed, it is relative. It moves differently depending on how fast you are traveling and how strong the gravitational field around you is. A clock on a satellite runs measurably faster than a clock on the ground. A twin traveling at near light speed would return younger than the twin who stayed home. These are not thought experiments. They are measured, verified, accounted for in the GPS technology running on your phone right now. But Einstein went further. Working with mathematician Hermann Minkowski, he proposed that time is not a separate force acting on the universe. It is a dimension of the universe. Space and time are not two different things. They are one continuous structure, space-time, and everything that has ever happened or will ever happen exists within it simultaneously. Physicists call this the block universe, the idea that past, present, and future all exist equally and permanently within the four-dimensional structure of space-time. The past is not gone. The future is not unformed. From outside the structure, every moment in history and every moment yet to come exists with equal solidity. What we experience as the flow of time, the sense of moving from one moment to the next, is not a feature of the universe itself. It is a feature of consciousness moving through the structure. Time doesn't move, you do. Part 2. Why it feels like it flows. So if time is a fixed structure, why does it feel so undeniably like it's moving? Because your brain is a sequence machine. The human nervous system processes reality in a strict linear order, one moment at a time, each state building on the last, memory creating the sensation of a continuous thread running from past to present. This sequential processing creates the powerful subjective experience of flow, the feeling of being carried forward through time. But this feeling is a construction, a necessary one. You could not function without it, but a construction nonetheless. Consider this. Your experience of the present moment is already, as neuroscience shows, approximately half a second behind actual events. Your brain assembles sensory information, smooths over the gaps, and delivers a seamless narrative of now that is in reality a sophisticated edit of the recent past. The present you experience is always already a memory, and the future, the thing that feels so urgent, so imminent, so full of threat or promise, It exists in your experience only as mental simulation, a model generated by your brain based on patterns from the past, projected forward into a space that, from inside your experience, feels absolutely real but is entirely constructed. You are not living in time. You are living in your brain's story about time, edited, delayed, and projected moment to moment into the feeling of a life moving forward. Part 3: The Past That Won't Stop Moving. Here is where the physics becomes personal. If the past exists permanently within the structure of space-time, if that moment of humiliation, that rupture, that loss, that version of you that you are most ashamed of is eternally present somewhere in the fabric of what is real, what does that mean for the way you carry it? Most people relate to their past as if it is chasing them, as if the painful moments are in pursuit, gaining ground, threatening to catch up and define them. The past feels alive and dangerous precisely because it feels unresolved. Like an open file the mind keeps returning to, hoping this time to close it. But if the past is fixed, if it exists exactly as it was and cannot be changed, cannot be made worse or better, is simply there in the permanent record of what occurred, then the suffering is not coming from the past itself. It is coming from the story you are telling about it now. The past event is finished, complete. It cannot touch the present moment unless the present mind reaches back and carries it forward. The wound is not reopened every time you revisit it. The wound is maintained by the revisiting, kept alive, kept current, kept painful by the habit of returning to it as though something there still needs to be resolved. Nothing there needs to be resolved. It is done. The only question is whether you are done with it. Part 4: The only moment that is actually yours. If the past is fixed and the future is a projection, then the present moment is the only place where anything real is happening. Not as a motivational reminder, as a structural fact. The present is the only coordinate in space-time where your consciousness actually is. The past exists, but you are not there. The future exists, but you are not there either. You are here, in this sliver of now, which is the only location from which anything can be felt, decided, created, or changed. And yet most people spend the present moment almost entirely somewhere else, rehearsing past conversations, anticipating future ones, managing regret about what was and anxiety about what might be, treating the present as a waiting room for a future moment when things will finally be arranged correctly for life to actually begin. This is the great tragedy of the human relationship with time. Not that it runs out, but that it is perpetually abandoned. The present traded away for a past that is over and a future that never quite arrives in the form expected. The present moment is not a consolation prize for not being able to access the past or future. It is the only place life actually occurs, the only coordinates where you have agency, presence, and the ability to do something real. Everything else is architecture, beautiful, meaningful, informative, but not here. Time is not running out on you. You are moving through a structure that contains everything that has ever been and everything that will ever be. And right now, you are here in this exact coordinate, which is the only one available to any living thing at any moment. The past cannot be changed. It is permanent. And that permanence is a gift because it means the good moments are as eternal as the painful ones. Every moment of genuine love, clarity, aliveness you have ever experienced is fixed in the structure of what is real, forever. The future cannot be controlled. It will arrive shaped partly by what you do right now, which means the only leverage you ever have is here. Not tomorrow. Not once the circumstances improve. Now. This moment. This breath. This choice. Time is not moving. You are. And you get to decide what direction. If this shifted something in how you're relating to your past or your future, share it. Someone you know is spending their present somewhere else entirely. This might be the thing that brings them back. See you in the next one.